Hi, um, this is Stacia again, and we're going to look at my round two game from the Holiday Open. So, my first round, I took a tough loss on Friday night where I just got caught in an opening I didn't know and I failed to figure it out. But round two was a new day, and actually, I was awarded a bye this round. So, you're probably wondering, why am I showing it? Well, I was actually awarded the full point buy, but then paired with someone from the open section. So that was very exciting because I want to play players better than me. And my player is rated something like 1850, and I was rated 1544. So 300-point rating difference. And I got the white pieces. So let's see what happened this game. By the way, this was a rated game still. So even though we both got full point buys in our sections, rating points are still on the line in this game. Okay, so let me get this going. Yeah, I played E4. C5 was played. I think I want to take off the second here. Actually, never mind. Hang on a second. Okay, we'll go ahead and let the computer do its stuff. Okay, so I faced the Sicilian defense, and I played D4, which is the Smith-Morra gambit. He took once, and when I played C3, he pushed. This is called the push variation, which I've gone over in my channel before. Now I take. He played knight C6, very reasonable move, developing. And now the main move here is kind of strange, C4. But I think the point is that we've created a stronghold over the D5 square, and this is sort of a Marazzi bind situation now. We can afford to spend an extra tempo as well, because black spent an extra tempo pushing. So G6 is played, knight F3, bishop G7, castles. This is all theory, D6. And I played here, let's see. H3 is the main move. Yeah, I kind of like H3. The reason being, bishop G4 can be annoying, but H3 is annoying for black because if you don't put your bishop on G4, then where are you putting your bishop? Get what I'm saying? So I played here, knight F6, now H3, castles, bishop E3. Yeah, and here B6, this is still a move. Wow. Actually, I wasn't aware of this, but B6 scores really well for black, but I have not seen this move before in this line. So this is apparently an effective way to play. I played queen D2, and now there's only 5 games in the database. So I'm going to switch to the computer engine. Okay, so the computer likes that better. Wow, really? I don't think I would even consider that move. So my idea here, I'm going to put on self-analysis. I can't help it. Oh wait, just not show lines. Okay, there we go. I'm getting annoyed. I'm so sorry, you guys. Hang on a second. It messes up my screen when I do this for some reason, but we'll figure it out. Oh, that wasn't so hard. Okay, so queen d2. I'm connecting my rooks, right? My connects want to be rooked. My rooks want to be connected. And also I'm playing with the idea of bishop h6, trading off his dark square bishop. A lot of times if you can get this bishop off the board, the king becomes weaker. So that was my idea there. He played rook e8, and now a lot of times this move is played because now if I go bishop h6, he has the option of bishop h8, which before he couldn't do that because I would take the rook. Okay, so rook c1, bishop b7, and rook f to d1. I'm curious about this move. Top move by the computer. Okay, good. I was hoping for that. The reason being, I felt like I had some pressure down this file here. And also, I played rook c1 because I want to play bishop b1. And I feel like not only is that my favorite move in chess, if you know me, which you don't, but I love bishop b1. But also, I just think it's a good move to just get the bishop out of the way and keep it pointed at the black king side. Okay, and my opponent played knight d7. Now, I actually was wondering about this move. Computer does like it. This is a typical idea. The knight is rerouting itself. He really didn't have any nice prospects. So he's coming to d7. This opens the bishop up. So the bishop is now open. And the knight is considering some pretty nice squares here. Especially c5 I was worried about. All right, so it was my turn to engage in a middle game plan. My rooks are in the center. My pieces are developed. It's time to do something. I want bishop b1. So computer had some other ideas like bishop c2. Huh, similar to my idea. Bishop c2. I guess like keeping the option open to go here or here instead of bishop b1. But also b3. b3 I considered, it just feels so slow. Okay, so I don't mind my move, bishop b1. Rook c8 was played. Yeah, and now I stuck my knight in the center. Why not? This d5 square is owned by the white pawns, and this is a pretty powerful knight. Also, yes, he can be kicked with the move e6, but if he plays that, the d6 pawn becomes eternally weak. So I really like this move, knight d5. And now black played this move. So knight d to e5 is a better choice. Very curious about this. Also, we should note that I'm going to go back for a second. I was aware of this during the game, not so much now, that this pawn is actually pinned. If you imagine the black pawn not being there, then you notice pretty quickly that queen takes is an option. Queen takes, rook takes. So that one's a piece. So this pawn is pinned. Important to note. So after knight d5, and I think the computer prefers the other knight because now this pawn's no longer pinned. So that means that after his move, knight c to e5, I can take this, and if he takes with the pawn, his knight is now victim to his discoveries. Yeah, and he played d takes e5 here. He told me after the game that he wanted to mix it up a bit. He felt like white was just better, and he wanted to mix it up. Well, I thought this is kind of a bad move, though, because, like, what's he doing to his bishop? You know what I mean? And also, I feel like I have discoveries now. Although my opponent is a fairly strong player, and he did figure out that none of these discoveries quite work for me. Like, for example, if I want to take a pawn, he just takes with a knight. So that doesn't work. And if I go here, same thing, he takes. And if I retreat my knight, I mean, I guess I could go here, but then he takes my piece, I take his piece. Yeah, I don't know. No great discoveries here. Computer agrees. It wants to move a3 as the top choice. But I played a, well, I would say a prodding move. A prodding move. Because I played the move bishop g5. Okay, my idea here was I want to put pressure on this pawn. I'm attacking it twice. If I take, he'll have to take with a rook. So that's kind of annoying. And if I can get him to play f6, it blocks the bishop even more. And then I was thinking about maybe bishop h6. and I thought his king side was getting kind of weak, and maybe I could attack here or something. So okay, bishop g5. He did play f6. Never play f6. Computer agrees. And I went with bishop h4. I am seeing now that the computer really likes knight c3, which I've never dreamed of playing, but it's a discovery. And it also likes to move bishop e3, saying it's very strong. Okay, so it liked my maneuvers, and it says just bring the bishop back and claim that my dark square bishop is better than his. I think that's what the computer's getting at here. Yeah, I kind of like that. Instead, I went here, and he took. Now, I was surprised he took. Almost certainly, I thought bishop h8 would be played. Computer doesn't like it, though. Yeah, this is kind of my idea. Bishop h8, bishop e3, and claim that I befuddled his position. Confuddled? Confuddled is the word I wanted. Okay, but instead he took. So let's look at that. Bishop takes, queen takes. I like my queen here. Not so bad, right? Okay. Now he took my knight. Very suspicious. Giving up a perfectly good bishop to improve my pawn structure. But it's probably not the worst move in the world. Still, I had an interesting choice here. I can take with this pawn or this pawn. Both look very interesting. I decided on the e-pawn because it opens up my light square bishop. That could be useful. Knight f8, and now h4. Playing like not myself. I'm not an attacker, and I never throw my h-pawn, but for some reason it felt correct here. I thought if I get h5 in, that's kind of annoying. I have my bishop on the g6 square, and if he ever takes, I felt like a plan like rook d3, rook h3 might be good, or maybe even g3, rook h1 after king g2. I don't know, but this felt like it would be annoying. Okay, queen d6, b3. Yeah, all right, so I played b3. At some point, I feel like I have to defend my c-pawn. So that's why I did that. Also, I was worried about queen b4. That would attack here. Seems silly now that I'm looking at it. Like, there b3. Who cares, right? Then maybe here. Yeah, because I wanted to play this move. But the problem is my rook hangs and this pawn gets pinned. Yeah. I don't remember exactly, but b3. What's the computer think of that move, by the way? It likes f5. Really? Oh, no, that's for black. It likes h5. Carry out the threat. Carry out the threat. Rook c3. Both things I was considering. h5 looks strong, plus 1.4. After b3, I'm only plus 0.7. Well, let's continue. Rook over. Okay, I have to be wary now because he's got two guys extraing my rook. So this pawn is essentially pinned. So like let's say takes and takes. He could play queen takes, rook takes check, winning the bishop on b1. So got to be careful. All right, queen e3. Yeah, retreating the queen. h5 is the correct move here. h5, let's see what happens. I mean, he can't really take, I don't think. Can he? What happens if he takes? If he does take, I probably just take. That's good. Also, rook maneuvers are very strong now. Well, yeah, because the g file is opened. So rook c3 is winning. I'm just threatening check here. check here. It's probably better than that. Let's see. Wants to play h4. f5, let's say check. Yeah, I mean, yeah, take this way. Now he doesn't have that square. Queen g6 is the best move. That's when you know you're in trouble. When the computer does that, giving up the queen. Okay. So yeah, h5. Well, I'm not sure what I thought would happen. I knew he wouldn't take. Oh, I thought he would do this, actually. I noticed that even though I'm on this square twice, he doesn't have it defended by the knight. So I didn't know what to do at this point. I thought that my queen was actually out of the game now. That is why I didn't play it. But the computer likes all this. Now it says a4, which I'd never play. Oh, stopping b5. Very interesting. But what about a4 queen here? Maybe rook d3. No, bishop f5. Bishop f5. Threatening the rook. Wow. So there was some dynamic play I missed here. But let's continue with the game. I did not play rook c3. Not do any of this. b3, rook there. And now queen e3, retreating. I thought I was centralizing my queen, which is true, but it wasn't as good as h5. From here, my opponent played e6. Very interesting move, and, well, I was down on the clock here, but still doing okay. 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Now, this pawn is pinned, like I pointed out, so I cannot take, or he can actually take the rook. Takes, checks, wins the bishop, as I said. I think that's winning for black. So I played h5, and he played king here. And I like my move here, h6 check. I was playing for a long-term kingside weakness here. This pawn is awesome. This pawn is often very useful for checkmating. Like, just imagine the king here and like my queen getting in or something. Yeah. So this forces his king to an awkward square. He went here. And now I played queen e2 for unknown reasons. Yeah, why did I play that? I wanted to play f4, but I can't play f4 because f4 he takes it. Also, I was worried about this. I think I played here to defend this. That is too passive. A better plan is bishop e4. Simply guarding here. If I played here, this allows takes, and now I played bishop e4. Tricky. But this is all not good for me now. Queen e3 is a move. d4 is a move. He played d4. And I checked. I thought for sure I was better here, but in fact I'm worse. He does have knight e6. Now, if I take, I think he just takes with a queen, and black's better because of this strong pawn. So instead of that, I went here. Now this pawn is pinned, and I want to play f4. And he played rook c5. Yeah, and here, unfortunately, I got down to 3 minutes on the clock, and I hastily played the move f4, which I had a feeling was wrong. I mean, it's kind of clearly wrong. Well, I just thought if he takes it, then I take here a check. But he doesn't have to take it. After f4, he can play this exchange sack. Yeah, and I think black's better now. I saw that coming. I just didn't know what to do about it. Yeah, computer doesn't know what to do either. It's pretty strong. I mean, if I retreat the bishop, like here, can he push? Knight f4. Yeah, so knight f4 happens in the game. So it's a strong move. And I hate to disappoint, but the way this game goes from here in time pressure is pretty ugly. f4, takes. I'm up in exchange, but I'm losing. Knight takes f4. And well, this is kind of an eye-opening moment. Okay, my queen is attacked. I'm down on the clock. I'm like, I should move my queen. And I'm like, wait a minute. I have rook c6. And if he takes here, I'm going to go here, check. And I looked at my clock and it was, under a minute or something. So I quickly played this move. Well, unfortunately, he can still take my queen because it comes with check. So a very rookie mistake, blundering my queen at the end. But that does mean that I need to stay more equal with people on the clock, and I failed to do that. So interesting game overall. Pretty happy with how I played when I wasn't in time pressure. Although queen e2 is very suspicious. But other than that, I think I'm playing more enterprising chess. I'm playing more attacking ideas than I used to. And even though it gives me more to think about, I think eventually, yeah, like all of this I thought was pretty interesting. Yeah, and I was better. I was better the whole game against someone 300 points higher rated. So I think eventually I'm going to be in a good place. And in fact, I am going to make a push this year to break 1800 USCF. I know I'm only 1544 right now, but I've been 1790 with my old openings, and I've been learning so much. So, and now I have a trainer, 2 trainers actually. So I hope you enjoyed round 2. Yeah, so in truth, I had 1 out of 2 here because it was a bye. But I was suffering from 2 losses, and my next game was Saturday afternoon. So I'll be back with round 3. Hope you're enjoying this. Thank you. Bye.